The balancing act of tying together contingent deals. This is a story with Al from New York about how he was able to sell his current farm, roll into the next one, and all the things that tie into that, and sometimes the balance it takes. Hope you guys enjoyed this clip. Here we go. When you guys were decided to sell, was that a time crunch in any way, or was it just we're going to sell, let's start looking?
Basically, it was a time crunch because we didn't have our house listed when we put an offer in on this place.
Yep.
We wanted to make sure we had some place to go before we put our other house on the market. And we put our offer in here and they gave us 90 days to get our other house under contract, which was quite generous of them. But it was a time crunch on that end, and we ended up having to get an extension. We probably went 15 days over that by the time we closed on the whole deal. But we were definitely sweating it with the sale of our old house, just trying to get the deal done in time. And, we had some leverage because we knew since the market did take a downturn, he could have backed out on selling us this property, but he would have had a heck of a time getting another buyer in. So they were kind of stuck with us. We were stuck with them.
Worked out for the best.
They were really good about it. It was very nerve wracking because, the first week the listing for our old house hit and, you get a bunch of interest right off the bat. And we had a bunch of showings and then it went cold for a month. We might have had one showing in a month on the other place.
Yeah.
We ended up having to take a lower offer than what we wanted just to get it sold. And, but it's worth what somebody's willing to pay for it. So that was, they were the first good offer that we had. So,
and you're moving on to the next stage of your life and, do you really want to maximize every single penny in order to, hold up the process of where you want to go and where you end up wanting to live? I mean, there's value in that.
Yeah, exactly. And we did, within that first week, we had an offer for full list price on our old house for a couple from Wisconsin, I think it was. And, but it was contingent on them selling their house. So then that would have made us closing on them, waiting on, there have been a lot of people involved, waiting on different houses to close to get to the closing table.
Yeah.
So we turned that offer down. We thought, there's no way they're going to get theirs sold within the 90 days that we needed to get closed on the new one. And they ended up going under contract and selling their house. I looked at it within like 2 weeks.
Oh, shit.
So we lost about, their full list price would have made us an extra probably 30,000 off of that if we just took that offer.
That's a little bit of kick in the shorts, but I mean, what can you do?
It was a kick in the pants for sure, but how are you supposed to know? Like you said, you can't time it. So
no, you can't. I tell you, when where I'm at now was one of those situations where there was 4 houses that were contingent. That's 4 houses that were all, one had to close after the other, like all in a span of 2 days or a day and a half. They all happened. No delays, no extensions. And really? I'm like, that is insane. That would never happen again.
Yeah, that's a miracle.
It truly. So I wouldn't necessarily advise it, but it could happen.
No, we had intended on, if we figured even if we got less than asking price on our old house, we'd still be able to put 100% of the funds towards the closing cost of the new property and still not have to put anything down. Then we ended up, we had some money in the bank, but we knew that if we took the offer that we ended up taking, we were going to have to get some help from the people that we were buying the new property from. So we ended up getting some concessions from them. We told them that, we can take this offer and we can close the deal, but I think we needed a couple percent back just to get through closing. And they agreed to it. So it was a complicated deal, I guess, between selling our place and then at the last minute, we told them, hey, we got this offer. It's only good for 2 days, but we're going to need some money back from you if we can do it. And the communication was really good between everybody. And they ended up agreeing to it. So
that's crazy. Yeah. That's a stressful time going from it's one thing just to buy something or it's just one thing to sell something. But when you start coordinating all those different things, it's gets a little bit more complex pretty quickly. What's a common myth about the purchasing process or the land ownership? So this includes the land ownership as well that you found to be false.
I don't know if it's a myth, but I think people can probably afford to buy land even if they don't think that they can, so they might look at the sticker price and think that that's out of the realm of possibility. But I think if you're honest with yourself and you look at, how much money you have coming in, what your payment's going to look like, I think it's more realistic to buy land than what a lot of people think. obviously I run my own business and I do pretty well at it, but I make a little over 6 figures. I don't make huge money,
Mm-hmm.
and I think it's doable for a lot more people. They're just intimidated by the process, and you really just got to get started. Talk to somebody that can break down and make sure you have your numbers in order and you're not lying to yourself. But
Mm-hmm.
make sure you talk to somebody that can tell you, hey, you can buy this. It's going to cost you this much a month or whatever, and you're going to have to put this much down. And a lot of people realize that it's not as far out of reach as they may think. Because I was under the impression when I was younger, if you're going to be a landowner, that you either have to make a whole pile of money or you have to get it given to you, basically.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't think that there was a way that the average guy could get into something like that we're at right now. But
yeah,
we got lucky a little bit, but there's some hard work and some
to be prepared in order to execute against it. I mean, I wouldn't call maybe lucky breaks, but not lucky overall.
Right.
To be
exactly.
to be in that position. And no, that's really good advice, because I think that is a common misconception. I mean, I thought that too growing up, to be completely honest. And then through this podcast and helping other clients, that's not often the case. It's just what we're conditioned to think. I hope you guys enjoyed this. My name is Jake Hofer, and I'm a real estate agent out of the state of Illinois, and it's my goal to help 100 people buy their first farm. Been doing that with the Land Podcast and clips like this every single Thursday and Saturday that are released here on the channel. And to be one of those 100 people, all you have to do is, if you're in the state of Illinois and I can help you, I'd be happy to do so. Number two, if you want to get connected with someone that can help you, reach out and I'll be happy to get you in contact with an agent that I would personally do business with. And the last one is, if you just simply learn something from the content we're putting out, or you get inspired to take action, I want to know, get you out of that spreadsheet. I'm on a mission to help 100 people. Until next time, see ya.